Oh, come on aboard, PC. You know you don't need permission. We're going to try this a little more relaxed. Kick back. It's the end of a long week. Just try and chillax a bit. What's happening, PC? How you doing today? See if Sean or Jeff pops in during this show, but let's go ahead and kick it off. Welcome in, guys. Welcome into the premiere episode of your Buckeye Rush Hour. We're gonna start off with a popular topic. We could take this in 1,000 different directions, I think. Is 2023 a championship or bust season for the Ohio State Buckeyes? I have my opinions. I'm going to lay out that too. Hey, Billy, what's up, man? It's Federal Friday. What happens on Federal Friday? So yeah, your questions and comments are going to help drive this show. I'm going to lay out the topic and give you my thoughts, and then I'll let you guys kind of run with it. I'll read your comments and questions and stuff as they pop in. I really want to get you guys kind of giving me your feedback. I wish I had a second person here to read the comments so I could keep talking, but I'm a producer, director, all that stuff, you know. So this is what I mean when I say this is a championship or bust season for the Buckeyes. I'm looking at this from the talent that is moving on possibly after this year. And what kind of sparked my thought was all of these mock drafts and shit that we see. Like everybody has a mock draft for 2024. You know, they came out the second the 2023 draft was over. Boom, here comes all the 2024 from the talking heads and the PFFs and the whatever else is. So when you look at the talent, and I'm talking mostly from the 2021 class, so your third year guys here in 2023, you could be losing 6 first-round picks, possibly 7 if a few guys go nuts. But I think the bigger problem is not just the first rounders, it's the total picks we're going to lose. That could get up to 17 easily. I don't think that's much of a stretch. The current record is Georgia in 2022. It had 15. We had the old record set back in 04 of 14. So this is my concern that if like some of these mock drafts, I'm not saying they're all worth a shit, but some, I mean, they can't all be wrong, right? I think some of them have some credence. So yeah, PC, I'm sure we're kind of always on the same page, aren't we? With our WTFs and things like that. So let's look at recruiting rankings real quick. I'm sure you've heard me talk about this before, but let's go back to 2019. Let's talk Ohio State recruiting classes where they ranked. And this is by average per player ranking, not total points like 24/7 does their rankings. This is average per player composite. So 2019, we were number 3. 2020, number 5. That was the COVID year, though. Keep that in mind. 2021, that's the key year that we're talking about today. We were number 2, but we were 0.02 behind Bama at number 1. So 0.02 of a point behind Bama right there. And that was like an over a 94. 2022 class was number 3 and 2023 was number 3. So if we drill down into this 2021 class, we had 7 5 stars in this class. We could scratch Quinn Ewers off that list. So the perfect prospect was a 1.0000. We'll scratch him. Didn't really do much. So let's call it six 5-stars. That's a big number. That's a big number for any freaking school. JT, Jack Sawyer, Emeka, Donovan Jackson, Travion, Kyle McCord. That is the kind of the nucleus of this team, and why I think this is a championship or bust season. If you look at the rest of the 2020 class, I don't know. I'm not seeing much help. 2019, a couple guys are left, but what do you guys think? PC says, I hear you. I agree, but what is first, the chicken or the egg? Well, I understand you got to get the I think you got to recruit first, which Ryan Day's been doing. It's not new. And then you win with those recruits, you develop them. I mean, obviously we've seen 5-star recruits land at big programs. We've had them. We've had 5-star recruits that don't turn into jack shit, right? They're just those stories that you hear about years later. What happened to that guy? So reading PC's message here. Do teams win the Natty because they have NFL talent waiting to be drafted? Yeah, I think there's a direct correlation. We've established that, right, between quality of talent that you recruit and draft picks, whether it's number 1 or round 7. It doesn't matter. But you got to have NFL quality talent on your roster. And the reason why I say, again, this is a championship or bust season for the Buckeyes is because there's not a lot in that 2022 class that has contributed yet. Dallin Hayden a little bit, but he's not going to play much this year. Devin Brown, I still stand on my opinion that Kyle McCord's your starter. I think that extra year is a big deal at quarterback. Your receivers, Keon Grays, Kojo Antwi, aren't going to play much this year. Bennett Christian, the tight end, no. Tegra Shabola, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Avery Henry, no. Carson Hinsman, maybe. Looking at the rest of that class, DNs, you got Kenyatta Jackson, yes, he'll play. Caden Curry, yes. Amari Abor, yes. Hero Canoe, a little. CJ Hicks, who knows? I hope he plays a lot, but he's not a starter, not yet. Powers, the linebacker, Gabe Powers, corners, I'm sorry. You got Jair Brown, Igbinosun, Ryan Turner. Jair played like 100 snaps last year. Igbinosun, we know he played like 13 games, started 10 of them at Ole Miss, and then at safety, you got Kai Stokes and Sonny Styles. Again, not a lot of playing time there. So that's why I think this 2021, and the saying, these coaches, they all say, your first 2 years are about development, getting in the weight room, getting developed physically and mentally, learning how to be a college football player, learning the playbook, then maybe cracking special teams in that second year. Typically. There are rare cases where a guy does it as a true freshman, but then that third year is go. It's time to go, And I think we've got all those 5-stars that I named off are the guys that I'm thinking this is their contract year. JT, Jack, let's see how Jack feels when he goes back to DN. Is he comfortable again? Does he make a big impression? Does JT and Jack combine for more than double-digit sacks this year? They didn't last year. Emeka definitely gone. Donovan Jackson could go. He's started a year, so another year of starting. Travion, if he's 100% healthy, do we see flashes of the freshman Travion? And then Kyle McCord, what if he goes off, has a like a Dwayne Haskins kind of year, 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns. Billy says the difference between teams loaded with talent is coaching. Yes, I believe. How do you feel about the coaching then, guys? I feel we have. Let me get caught up on the comments. If McCord starts, he has a good, not great year. Does he return? Yeah. If he doesn't have a Dwayne Haskins kind of season, and here's the thing, I think the running game is going to be very important. I think you could see more of a balanced team, not a 50-50 balance, but more of the running game involved. Last year, we had games where we could not run the ball for shit, and we had Chip in there against Michigan, for Christ's sake. If you need a better example, I don't have one, but that's a perfect example. You didn't have mine, you didn't have Travion. For some reason, they wouldn't give to Dallin in that game. Don't know why, but I think if McCord starts, has a good, not great year, I would say, what is good, not great? I would say 3,500 yards, something like that. 30 touchdowns, don't make it to the playoffs, or make it to the playoffs and get beat in the first round again. That's what I think good, not great is. We saw what CJ did. We saw what Justin Fields did in 2019. You can't count 2020. I mean, you could extrapolate his numbers out, but I have those numbers right here. Actually, I was doing a little research actually on the quarterbacks. And so Justin, his so it would have been a sophomore year. Fields had 3,200 yards, 41 touchdowns, just 3 interceptions. That's pretty damn good year. 14 games. Then his junior year, I'm not going to extrapolate that because he only played 8 games. Go back to JT Barrett. When his first year with Ryan Day, he had over 3,000 yards and 35 touchdowns. So that's good, not great, in my opinion. And that's what I think you're looking at for a good, not great season out of a quarterback. I think we're definitely going to run more this year, and that's why it makes it important to get that O-line squared away as soon as possible. Let's make some decisions, first week of fall camp, who's our right tackle? Is it Zen Tegra? Is it the new guy, Josh Simmons? Does he come in and swoop that? It's fine with me. I think he's more than capable. We just can't have him out there being a liability, whoever it is, and is Josh Fryer good enough to be a left tackle? We haven't seen it in games, So, Peace Clan, I think it's a good sign that they're projecting so many draft picks next year. It's good. It just means that 2024 season for the Buckeyes is going to be a little lean. I'm not saying 3 losses, but we got to get some guys some serious playing time this season. Young guys, like I've said this before too. Ryan Day has to handle the blowouts better. I think Simmons definitely could start, but Ryan Day has to handle blowouts better. Meaning, when we get up by 40, why is the quarterback in the game in the fourth quarter? I know, I hear you. Because the defense sucks. I know, but that's not always the case. Not against like freaking Akron and shit like that. You're not gonna have that problem against Western Kentucky and Youngstown, So, who else is in the chat? Billy. Oh, Billy. This is a big one, Billy. We have a deep running back room and a new QB. We should run more, but can Day or Hartline call it that way? That's a good question. and a legit question, honestly. I don't think just because Hartline was a wide receiver coach, positional coach, I don't think he is just against the run game, or he's going to go, totally pass heavy, like 65-35 pass to run ratio or something crazy. I don't see it that way. And you got to remember, Ohio State considers some of these passes like your tunnel screens, your wide receiver screens to the outside. They consider those part of the run game. Not statistically, I know, but when they're calling these plays, they're calling those as part of the run game, not a legit, throw it downfield play. So, but it doesn't matter because we don't fucking block those outside corners anyways. So who knows, maybe we won't ever call those screen plays again. Yeah, PC, if we're up by 4 touchdowns, maybe 3, then the 2 deep needs to be in. Yep, that's exactly what I'm saying. On offense and defense too. I mean, there's no reason CJ Hicks, Sonny Styles should be on the sidelines in a 3 or 4 touchdown game, right? Talking too much. Yeah. I know. But that's what Ryan Day calls them. He calls them freaking run. We got to get Kate Stover out there. Maybe somebody else needs to be out there blocking on those bubble screens, because Kate's just too big. I think he's just not fast enough because he's too damn big, man. What else? We're just going for like 30 minutes total, so we're going to wrap her up around 5 o'clock Eastern. Yeah, padding the stats. I hear you. Right. It is kind of BS to, yeah, it's a pass. It's going to the quarterback is throwing the ball to a receiver. That's a pass in my book. So yeah, the loaded running back room is another one that I was looking at when I was looking at the scholarship chart. You're going to lose Mayan Williams, Chip Trainum. Most likely you'll lose. I don't think he ever took a red shirt though, so he might have one more year. And don't forget, anyone in the 21 class moving forward, they do not get that extra COVID year. So the people that had that 2020 COVID year are falling off the books here. Like you got Xavier Johnson, he's part of the 2018 class. Tristan Jebiev, a freaking 2017 recruit, man. That's insane. Matt Jones, another 2018 guy. So as these guys fall off of rosters, we're not going to be able to have dudes for 6 years, which might be a good thing in many cases, because if they're still on your roster after 6 years, then maybe they're not that great. Yeah. Well, 1,259 days since we beat Team Up North. Thanks for bringing the good news, PC. Appreciate you for that. I really feel like this defense is geared up for a top 5 kind of year in any category you want to pick, including nose hairs. I think this D is going to be real freaking good. I think Jack Sawyer is back to his old self. I think it was a crime. I've said this 1,000 times. I stick by it. It was a crime to put him at that stupid ass Jack position last year, even though Noel said we only used it 15% of the time. Well, then why wasn't Jack Sawyer lined up at DN more often? I didn't see it. And I think JT's a first rounder. Jack could go. I could see him coming back too, because he lost last year, basically, in my opinion, with 4.5 sacks, for Christ's sake. Emeka is definitely a first rounder. Donovan Jackson is a first or second rounder, guaranteed. hands down. Travion, definitely not a running backs aren't first rounders unless you're some kind of, special, really special back. But and then Kyle, I think he's definitely a first rounder. Even if he goes out, puts up like 4,000 yards and 40 touchdowns, I think he could go. I think he's got a serious decision to make too. Let me get caught up on these comments again. I need an assistant, a blonde with knee pads. Ew. Let's see. Yeah. What are the stats for Ty Hamilton, Ty Leak last year? I can tell you their snaps right now. I have that right in front of me. And that's Ty Hamilton, 300 snaps. Ty Leak, 250. Mike Hall, 266. So they're really going to try and rotate those three guys around, and they'll probably mix positions, at D tackle amongst those three, and they're going to try and even them out probably, unless one guy is just, playing otherworldly, like a Mike Hall could or Ty Lee could. But, are we going to have an in shape Ty Lee that can play 300 snaps plus? Is Mike Hall going to stay healthy? We haven't seen this for a whole season from these guys. Yeah, Jack is an edge for sure. Yeah, I agree. This defense has to be good. Just looking at talent alone, I mean, what screwed us last year? I'm going to say it. Jim Knowles' over aggressiveness play calling. The players did not blow a lot of those plays. Granted, a missed tackle against Michigan on the sideline by Cam Brown. All right. But he just got dudes roasted by poor play calling, by running zero blitz at Michigan, at Georgia, freaking. I hope that he got, I don't know. Ryan Day had to have a nice talk with him about, maybe don't run those ever. I don't know. Travis, my man, I haven't seen you forever. What have you been up to, Travis? Yeah, we should have the best D-line in the nation this year. I don't see why not. Like we were just talking about, this D-line, the stats aren't great because guys didn't play the full season. The injuries from Mike Hall, Ty Leak being out of shape, out of condition. JT and Jack were the only ones that really played, game in, game out. And we talked about Jack getting totally fucked by the Jack position. Yeah, they did. Yeah, PC, I agree. Lathan Ransom just flat out fell down against Georgia, but should he have been lined up against a 10-8, 100-meter receiver in the slot? No, I don't. I would say no. I think Jim Knowles, or could have been any defensive coordinator, he got out schemed on that particular play where Ransom got toasted. Ransom just happened to fall down, but Ransom, even on his best day, is not going to stay with a 10-8, 100-meter sprinter. It's just not going to happen when the guy runs a freaking 9 route, So, yeah, and Cam Martinez got roasted. So, with no safety help again, maybe more of it is on the players. Ronnie Hickman did not have a great end of his career at Ohio State. Seemed like he was doing well early on. Then I don't know what happened. Maybe he just wasn't comfortable enough with the defense or what. But killing turkeys. What the fuck? Killing turkeys. Travis, that's hilarious. Yeah. Can we go back to a 4-3 and get CJ Hicks on the field? I don't have a problem with that. I think you got to adjust though when everybody's running a spread offense with 3 wides. You know, you can't have a linebacker covering a receiver. We've seen that before. A la 2020 Alabama national championship game. Didn't go well for Tough Borland, did it? But yes, I'm all for getting CJ Hicks on the field more often the better, you know. So yeah, I think CJ is going to come in. He's gonna give Steel Chambers some blows, you know, give him some reps off, and definitely going to get him in there in those blowout situations. And I don't know if they would use him against a run heavy team as a third linebacker, because he's a will. He's in the 2D behind Steele, you know. So yeah. Right. So we're going to go for a few more minutes. Appreciate you guys checking out the show. Always taking your topic ideas. You can email me, hit me in the comments, all that stuff. I always reply, you know that. Looks like Jeff and Sean are not going to join us today. They'll be popping in though every once in a while. I'm thinking about doing this show like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Maybe we go every day once the season comes around, you know, like late in fall camp, all the way through the season and stuff, and into December and stuff. But yeah, I think 4:30 is going to work out best for me. I got to get the wife out of the house, get her ass to the gym, and that way I can yell and scream and throw shit. I can repeat your comments, and yeah, I think Monday, Wednesday, Friday might work. Are you guys going to listen on the weekend? Are you going to listen live to a live show? You're probably going to go back and listen to it later, right? I don't know if we want CJ doing everything Darren Lee did. Darren Lee gets a little crazy. I'm just kidding. He's had some running with the law recently. No, my wife does not watch. No. Yeah. Yeah, I think a live show doesn't make sense on the weekends, except the Sunday night show does okay. But most people go back and watch it, honestly. I see the stats, you know. We get like a fair amount of views when we're live, but okay. Appreciate you, Travis. Good to know. Yeah, your input, like the feedback I get from you guys is how I'm crafting this show. It makes no sense for me to just do it, you know, whenever without taking some input from the people who are actually on the other end watching and stuff. So I appreciate it. I don't want it to be like a one-way street either, where I just go without any input. You know, I want this to be more like a conversation almost, as much as it can be, you know, with a chat. So, all right, we're going to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 4:30 going forward. And when the season rolls around, we'll decide when we will go full time every day. Right. Yeah. Monday, we'd be recapping the week that was. Friday, we'll be looking ahead to the next game. And Wednesday, yeah. Plus, you'll be getting the daily blitz in there and the Sunday night live show. So it's not going to be any shortage of content, I'm sure. Daily blitz will probably be a lot of recruiting, but we can talk recruiting here too. I know everybody loves recruiting all the time. So I have a recruiting show this weekend. So all right, Billy, appreciate you. See you next time if we don't see you Sunday night. And we're doing recruiting. We got some updates on some 2024 guys, current commits, and we got a bunch of offers going out to some 2025 guys. So check that out. I saw that that transfer portal safety Jalen Key from UAB that mysteriously had Ohio State in his top 5, 6, whatever. He just committed to Alabama a few minutes ago. So not surprised. Is it too early to start talking Notre Dame? No, that could be Monday's topic, actually. I got a ton of topic ideas too. I want to know, do you guys think Alabama has a quarterback on their roster right now? A good quarterback. They have quarterbacks. I know they have quarterbacks, but picking up Tyler Buckner does not seem like the answer. And it seems like Bama might be in some trouble. So let's talk about that next week. Again, talk some Cruton if you want some Cruton, and we'll keep it rolling. So appreciate you guys. I'm going to sign off now. And yeah. Sorry, Travis. Hit up the Sunday night show, Travis. We'll be looking for you. We'll leave the light on. All right. Yeah, Bam's offense is dead. You heard it here first. No. All right. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go. I appreciate everybody stopping by. Yeah, Bam is going to be down. See, you guys are distracting me. I'll keep talking. But appreciate you guys. I'll talk to you later. Check out Daily Blitz coming up tomorrow, Sunday, and YouTube Live 8 p.m. Sunday. Hey, appreciate it if you guys subscribe and share it with a friend. We really like to grow this daily show and get it going. So thanks, guys. Appreciate you, and go Bucks.